The fluorescent lights of Terminal C buzzed overhead as Zara Mitchell stood at Gate 47, her boarding pass trembling slightly in her hand. She had flown first class hundreds of times, but today felt different. Today, the flight attendant named Greg Thompson looked at her with eyes that cut deeper than any blade. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you're too big to sit in first class," Greg announced loudly, his voice carrying across the waiting area like a megaphone. Heads turned. Phones came out. Zara felt 50 pairs of eyes burning into her skin. She wore a tailored navy blazer, her natural hair styled perfectly, her presence commanding respect in any boardroom across the country. But here, at this gate, none of that mattered to Greg. Here, she was just another black woman he could diminish. "Excuse me." Zara's voice remained steady, though her heart hammered against her ribs. "I purchased this seat 3 weeks ago. My measurements haven't changed." Greg crossed his arms, his smile sharp and cruel. "Company policy. You'll need to move to coach or take another flight. We can't accommodate everyone's situation." The word hung in the air like poison. Situation. Not size. Not comfort. Situation. The other passengers shifted uncomfortably, some looking away, others recording everything on their devices. Zara pulled out her phone, her fingers moving with practiced precision. One call. That was all she needed. The line connected immediately. "Marcus, it's me," she said quietly, her back straight, her chin high. "Execute Protocol 7. Cancel the Skyward Airlines contract. All of it. Every single component." On the other end, her chief operations officer paused for only a second. "The billion-dollar deal. Zara, are you certain?" "Completely certain." "Do it now." She ended the call and slipped the phone back into her purse. Greg was already waving over airport security, his face flushed with false authority. 2 officers approached, their expressions uncertain as they took in the scene. "This woman is causing a disturbance," Greg declared, pointing at Zara like she was a criminal. "She's refusing to comply with airline regulations." Before the security officers could respond, a woman in a crisp manager's uniform rushed forward. Katie Chen, her name tag read. Her eyes darted between Greg and Zara, sensing the volcano about to erupt. "What seems to be the problem here?" Katie asked, her voice professional but strained. "No problem at all," Zara replied calmly. "I'm simply waiting for my attorney to arrive. And possibly a few journalists. This should make excellent news coverage, don't you think?" Greg's confidence flickered, but he pushed forward. "She doesn't fit the seat requirements. I'm protecting the comfort of our other passengers." "Really?" Zara tilted her head. "Because I fit perfectly fine last month when I flew this exact route. Same seat. Same airline. Different attendant." An elderly white woman in the front row stood up suddenly. "I've been watching this whole thing. She hasn't done anything wrong. He's been rude to her since she walked up." More passengers began nodding, murmuring agreement. The tide was shifting, but Greg seemed blind to it, trapped in his own prejudice. Katie's radio crackled to life. Her face went pale as she listened to the urgent voice on the other end. She looked at Zara with new eyes, horror dawning across her features. "Miss Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell. I apologize, we didn't realize." "Didn't realize what?" Zara asked, her tone ice-cold. "That I'm a human being deserving of respect. Or that I'm the CEO of Mitchell Quantum Technologies. The company that just canceled your airline's entire cloud computing infrastructure contract." The gate area went silent. Greg's face drained of color. Within minutes, 3 executives in expensive suits came running through the terminal, their faces slick with panic. Leading them was Omar Hassan, the airline's president, his expression grave. "Dr. Mitchell, please, let me explain." Omar began, but Zara raised one hand. "No explanation needed, Mr. Hassan. Your employee made your company's values perfectly clear. My legal team will be in touch regarding the contract termination and the discrimination lawsuit. Omar turned to Greg, his voice shaking with barely controlled fury. You're terminated. Effective immediately. Security, escort him out. Greg stammered, his world collapsing in real time. But I didn't know she was important. Zara finished his sentence. The problem, Greg, is that you didn't think I was human. My bank account shouldn't determine whether I'm treated with dignity. 2 hours later, Zara sat in first class on a Delta flight, a glass of champagne in her hand. The flight attendant, a kind woman named Patricia, had greeted her with genuine warmth. As the plane lifted off, Zara smiled. Justice wasn't always swift, but today it had wings.